Hello sporters. Welcome to Endless Sport Time. Power forwards are the most versatile players in basketball. These players must play both outside the three-point line and close to the zone. They are usually fast and strong enough to attack the hoop and play in the paint, yet tall enough to play with their backs to the hoop. Scoring, rebounding, stealing, and even blocking, a power forward must be able to do it all. Throughout NBA history, there have been several power forwards who fulfilled their role to perfection, excelling in every games, and becoming legends. Without further ado, let's take a look at the 10 best power forwards in NBA history. 10. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis Antetokounmpo is certainly in the middle of his NBA career, but it is already safe to say that he is one of the best power forwards of all time. The Greek Freak started his career as a small forward and guard. He started playing regularly as a power forward in 2017. He became one of the most dominant players in the game. Since that year, Giannis averaged 27.5 points, 11.7 rebounds, 5.6 assists, 1.2 steals, and 1.3 blocks per game, with a player efficiency rating of 30.0, and taking MVP honors twice. In fact, no power forward has more MVP awards than Antetokounmpo. 9. Chris Webber. Chris Webber did not play as many games as other power forwards on this list, but his averages were exceptional. In 675 games as a power forward, he averaged 21.1 points, 10.0 rebounds, 4.4 assists, 1.5 steals, and 1.3 blocks per game. The Truth, as they used to call him, was Rookie of the Year, 5-time All-NBA, and 5-time All-Star. He finished his career with a player efficiency rating of 20.9, and a value over replacement player of 42.1. 8. Dolph Shays. The NBA Hall of Famer, Dolph Shays, was the league's first great power forward. He played for the Syracuse Nationals from the 1949 to 1963, and retired with the Philadelphia 76ers. Shays recorded 18.5 points, 12.1 rebounds, and 3.1 assists per game, with a 22.1 player efficiency rating, and 142.4 win shares. He made 12 All-Star Game appearances, and was also named All-NBA 12 times. 7. Alvin Hayes. Alvin Hayes played the first 4 seasons of his NBA career as a center, and he was amazing. He was a scoring champion, and a rebounding champion. Nevertheless, Baltimore Bullets coach, Gene Shue, turned him into a power forward, and he played the rest of his career in that position. The Big E is the only power forward in NBA history, with at least 16,000 points scored, 9,000 rebounds, and 1,700 blocks. Alvin Hayes was a lethal player both offensively and defensively. 6. Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett had a 21-year NBA career, playing 14 seasons for the Minnesota Timberwolves, 6 for the Boston Celtics, and 2 for the Brooklyn Nets. As a power forward, Garnett averaged 19.7 points, 10.9 rebounds, 4.2 assists, 1.4 steals, and 1.4 blocks per game. KG was the rebounding champion for 4 straight years, was named MVP of the 2003-04 season, and Defensive Player of the Year in the 2007-08 campaign. Among power forwards, Garnett is second all-time in assists, and 5th in points. 5. Bob Pettit. Similarly to Dolph Shays, Bob Pettit was one of the pioneers of the power forward position, one of those players who led the way, and taught others how to play the position. In his 11-year career, the Bombardier from Baton Rouge averaged 26.4 points, 16.2 rebounds, and 3.2 assists per game, with a 25.4 player efficiency rating, and 136 win shares. Pettit remains the only power forward in the NBA history to average at least 25 points, and 15 rebounds per game. 4. Dirk Nowitzki. Certainly, Dirk Nowitzki's averages were not as great as Bob Pettit's, but the German played for 21 years in the NBA, and made a bigger impact in the long run. Nowitzki is the second highest scoring power forward of all time, behind Karl Malone. More to that, he has the most 3 points made by a power forward. Dirty averaged 21 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 2.4 assists in 1292 games as a power forward, demonstrating longevity and effectiveness like few others. 3. Charles Barkley. This list would have been incomplete without Charles Barkley, as he had a memorable career, even though he was never able to win a championship ring. Throughout 16 NBA seasons, Charles averaged 22.1 points, 11.7 rebounds, 3.9 assists, and 1.5 steals per game, with a player efficiency rating of 24.6, and a value over replacement player of 80.5. He was an 11-time All-NBA, 11-time All-Star, and was named MVP of the 1992-93 season. Barkley was an absolute killer on the court. 2. Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan played as a center for the second half of his career, but still, he was a tremendous power forward for his first 666 NBA games. He recorded 22.1 points, 12 rebounds, 3.1 assists, and 2.5 blocks per game, with a 25.1 player efficiency rating, and a 52.2 value over replacement player. Duncan was also a two-time MVP, three-time Finals MVP, and Rookie of the Year. Yes, all that playing as a power forward. Isn't it insane? 1. Karl Malone. The best power forward in the NBA history has to be Karl Malone. This guy played 19 seasons at an elite level, and he is the power forward with the most points scored, most rebounds, most assists, highest steals, most win shares, and most value over replacement player. In fact, highest in everything. The mailman averaged 25 points, 10.1 rebounds, 3.6 assists, and 1.4 steals per game. Malone was a two-time MVP, and 14-time All-NBA, and, of course, he ended up in the NBA Hall of Fame. Alright guys. This is all I have for today. If you think I left out something, don't hesitate to drop it in the comments section down below. Also, if you find this video interesting, give the video a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.